Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Love Spell, continuing at Florian's route, and we are just starting episode 5, the Riao Islands. Riao? Riao. Riao. I am sorry about that. Good lord. I got problems. And I have not been drinking. I wasn't able to sleep a wink due to the sheer excitement of this upcoming trip. I double-checked for about the third time that I had everything I could need packed into my suitcase, and I glanced at the time. 3:50 a.m. He should be here soon. I can't believe this is happening, Philia. We might be making one of the biggest archaeological finds of the century.
Philia doesn't really understand what's so exciting about a rickety old ship at the bottom of the sea. But if it makes Master this happy, then I guess it's okay.
Philia, you don't understand. The Flor de la Mar is a ship that carried huge amounts of treasure on it. I watch as the little penguin's interest is suddenly piqued as she turns to me excitedly. Her eye is wearing the hat now. It's weird.
Treasure? You mean like...
Not cheese.
A ship full of cheese?
Of course, that would be your interpretation of the word.
If cheese is involved, Philia is very excited.
I can't help but giggle at the strange little penguin next to me. Suddenly, my phone jingles. My heart skips a beat when I read a message from the professor. Good morning. I'm waiting outside. Let's get going. This is fucking hilarious. It's finally time! I remember this. I excitedly turned to Philia, opening my travel bag and ushering her in. Okay, you. I put plenty of cheesy snacks in there for the trip. No causing trouble, and do not come out of the bag for any reason.
Master, I already told you other humans can't see me, but... Fine. Philia will obey for delicious cheesy snacks.
Philia waddles inside the bag and settles in. I close the bag, grab my suitcase, and head out. I mean, like, hide in the bag, and it'll be fine through airport security? Like... As I reach a taxi parked outside, a man gets out of the car and opens the trunk. I stare at him for a few minutes before scanning the area for any other cars. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I got the wrong taxi. He's disheveled. I love it so much. I didn't see it coming the first time, and I was like, oh my god. Spacey, what are you talking about? Get in the car. I gawk at the man's familiar voice, and my jaw drops as I take in his disheveled appearance. I mean, oh god. Professor, is that really you? You look completely different. The professor sighs irritably as he grabs my bags and throws them in the trunk. As much as it pains me to admit this, as both a professor and an archaeologist, I am most definitely not a morning person. I'm so with him. I was also nervous about missing the flight, so I barely slept a wink. I mean, I didn't sleep either, but I don't look like I walked out of an apocalypse. I'll have time to clean up on the plane and after my morning coffee. Now get in the car! We're in a hurry. I zip my lips and follow his orders, as I'd hate to piss off this terrible, uncaffeinated version of him even more. Oh, cracks me the fuck up. Looks like a goddamn hobo. A few hours later, like, look at this motherfucking nice-ass airplane. I can only watch as the man next to me growls in peak irritability, tearing his hands through his blonde hair unrelentingly. Unbelievable! No, it's absolutely preposterous! How could there have been no coffee shops open at the airport? Just what kind of uncivilized barbaric place is this? Well, it is really early. Maybe we can ask the stewardess when she comes back. I watched the professor cross his arms and grumble begrudgingly, staring daggers at the passenger's headrest in front of him. I can't help but giggle seeing this completely childish side to a man who usually wouldn't be caught dead in this sort of situation, nor appearance. What is it? Do my woes of uncaffeination entertain you? What should I say? You're more childish than I thought. Professor, I'm so excited. I'm glad I get to see this. I don't think I said I was excited. I think I might have said I'm glad I get to see this side of you. But I want to go with you're more childish than I thought and just see. I'm just poking the bear because I know it doesn't matter, but I just want to poke him and just see all the funny fucking shit he's going to say to us. You're surprisingly more childish than I expected, Professor. Huh. Well, I beg your pardon if I've disillusioned you with my unsightly behavior this morning. I am still human after all. That's not what I meant at all. Blew up in our face. Flustered at the misunderstanding, I quickly avert my gaze and look down. After a few awkward moments, I hear the professor let out a sigh. It's fine. I'm not terribly offended. Just don't feel like myself before I've had my coffee. Anyways, were you able to rest well last night? Me? I didn't sleep a wink. I was up all night reading about the ship. I mean, come on! How could I sleep with something so exciting happening? He stares at me wide-eyed for a few seconds before letting out a genuine laugh. I feel my cheeks flush as he beams a smile at me. Look at you. You're sounding like quite the archaeology assistant. Color me impressed. He's so adorable. Even while he looks like a hobo. Thank you for taking me with you. I'll do my best to help you and the others in any way I can. The professor smiles as he looks me in the eyes. I can feel a sense of earnestness radiating from his gaze. I said it before, didn't I? That I wanted to share my dream with you. Hopefully it'll shed some light on the path to finding your own. And don't think I haven't taken notice of how much work and effort you've been putting in lately either. I'm very impressed, and quite proud of you. He's proud of me. My heart tugs at his words, and I can feel my face heat up, but somehow it feels different than before. I tear my eyes away from him as I'm afraid my stammering heart will fly out of my chest. Oh my god, my ear itches, sorry. Right, I'm gonna continue reading that book you gave me. I hear Atlas chuckle, but he doesn't say a word after that. I open the book and attempt to hide my blushing face in it. I'm just gonna be sitting here reading this book, not looking at you, sitting right next to me, being gorgeous. Several hours later, slight turbulence on the plane jolts me awake. I look out the small window and gasp as I see a bright, shining blue sea outside. You okay?
Did birdies outside scare you?
Or the fact that the sun just magically appeared out of fucking nowhere, because it's been cloudy all day.
Did the sun scare you? You get scared very easy, silly bird.
Professor, look! I turn around. As I turn around, I stop mid-sentence. I catch the professor's handsome, sleeping face and feel my heart slam into my ribcage. The plane jumps a little as we hit another bit of turbulence, and my eyes widen to see how he's now leaning on my shoulder. My heart skips a beat or three as I stare at the gorgeous man lying next to me. Lying on my shoulder. He's close enough for me to make out the length of his eyelashes behind his glasses. That are probably 8 feet long, by the way, because that's the way men's eyelashes fucking work, and it sucks. They get the pretty fucking eyelashes. I gulp as I lift up a hand and brush some hairs out of his eyes. Get a grip, woman! None of this is real! And even if it is, it's all just some weird book's fault. He's gonna forget it all. My heart sinks at the realization of my own thoughts. Wait, he won't remember any of this, will he? I look down and can't help but feel an inexplicable sense of sadness. See, this is why when I played this route first, I was like, wait, he's gonna forget everything? Like, this whole, like, we're going to find this ship, and, like, he's gonna go find the ship, and then he's just gonna forget that he did it? I was like, oh my god, that's so sad. It was more sad for him than for us, you know what I mean? Like, but, I mean, that's not, like, we've seen from everything else, they forget you. Like, he'd still remember going and but man, the first time I played through this, I was sad for him. Not me, that he's gonna forget me. I was sad that he's gonna forget all of this shit. Although, I mean, I knew, it's not gonna be a happy ending, and I mean, I guess I thought it could possibly, but that would still be kind of tragic. Like, oh, hey, he forgets everything, and you go back to the way you were, but now you can start building a friendship and a relationship and then eventually work out. No, that's sad! No, I wouldn't be able to handle that. as opposed to the, oh, now they remember everything like they didn't forget at all, you know? But, like, could you imagine? Like, yeah, it'd be like, oh, well, they forgot everything that happened, but now I can talk to them and I know things that they like, so I feel more confident in speaking to them, and then we're going to start dating, and I'll remember that month we had, but they don't. No, that hurts too much. It has to be exactly the way it was, where, like, the witch is like, poof, oh, now they remember, they conveniently don't forget. Although even in Marcello's, like, it was still like 6 months later. Took him 6 months? Sad. Anyway, I look down and can't help but feel it. Oh, okay, I already read that. It says inexplicable sense of sadness. Before I can think on it too long, I feel the professor stir next to me. I can't snore, but Spacey, Genghis Khan isn't a French monarch. Hey, I know that. He even lectures me in his dreams. Talk about a workaholic. I stare warmly at the face of the man next to me, who I've grown to admire and respect in so many ways. Hesitantly, I gently lean my head on his and close my eyes. Just taking the moment. At least, I'll play pretend for a bit longer. A voice resounds throughout the plane. Attention passengers, we're now preparing to land on the Real Islands. Please remain seated and remember to take small children by the hand. I stir as I slowly open my eyes to catch a warm orange glow seep in through the window. I look over outside and my breath hitches as I take in the sight of a beautiful sunset setting over a tropical island. It's like on a volcano, man. Whoa. You're finally up. Did you manage to get some rest? Oh, Professor! You changed. Like, he's like, back to it, you're like, he's like, what are you talking about? You look like a hobo. I did not. I did not. Like, don't just deny it. Yes, I'm afraid I had to after waking up with my hair and shirt covered in drool. I can feel the blood leave my face as I stare back at him with an absolutely mortified expression. This motherfucker! After what feels like a horrifying lifetime, he starts laughing. I was joking. That is not funny, you devil man! Devil, you say? Nonsense! Why, I'm practically an angel. I mean, who else could deal with all that snoring in one's poor ear? You're terrible!
You got scared before I even screamed. You alright, buddy? You're just having a day, aren't you? Just have a scared day. What's going on? You alright? Some birdies outside scaring you? Like, what the fuck is happening? I don't know. My flustered embarrassment only grows as Professor Atlas's laugh becomes louder. After a couple of minutes, the plane safely lands and passengers begin to file out. I feel something warm grab my hand, and I look up, shocked, to find Professor Atlas pulling me towards him. He shoots me a wry look before cocking an eyebrow. This motherfucker. What? They said to grab small children by the hand. Oh, let go, you jerk! This son of a bitch. Fucking love him so much. This is what I look for! I want the guys, like, if you got the glasses and you're treating me like this, I'm down for it. When you're like, whoa, whatever, I'd be like, I will fucking kick you in the nuts, you son of a bitch. The second you put glasses on him, it's like, I love you. I mean, I have a type. I can't help but excitedly peer outside the cab's window, marveling at the tropical and exotic surroundings that rush by us in a blur. New and foreign architecture, greenery, and even colorfully dressed people all astound me as I stare in awe. I'm assuming you've never been in this part of the world before. No, never! This is my first time seeing all of this! It's so exciting! Have you been here before, Professor? I have, actually. Believe it or not, this area is quite a popular travel destination among the higher academic community, because it's so unheard of to the general public. I continue to stare in wonder at all the foreign scenery we pass by. Part of me wishes I could go off and explore, but I'm already certain the majority of my stay here will be at the lab we're going to be living in during the mission. I
fail to notice a certain professor's eyes on me as my attention is focused on the natural world outside of the moving car. As soon as we enter the lab, my jaw drops at the expansive underwater interior. I stare in awe as people in lab coats and suits are all bustling about. I marvel as Professor Atlas is greeted warmly from the moment he walks in. I can only shyly bow and introduce myself behind him to the many different faces that come up to greet us. This is fucking amazing, this lab. It's like we're fucking in SeaWorld. Or like an aquarium. It's like an aquarium. You know, and I'm like, whatever. Suddenly, a man I do recognize walks up to us.
Well, I'll be. Now that's a face I haven't seen in quite some time. Followed me all the way out here, did you? Florian, good to see you, my boy. How have you been?
I watch as Professor Atlas's face lights up and he positively beams at the short, stout man approaching us. Dr. Lockdar, why of course you'd be here. I should have known. Look, he's blushing. Oh, you precious thing.
Well, most certainly. I wouldn't miss this excavation for the world. This is history in the making, my boy.
I smile as I watch Atlas tenderly throw his arms around the man in an affectionate hug. Wish it were me. Hug me like you hug your Dr. Lockdar. The Fleur de la Mar, it's just incredible, isn't it?
Now, we won't know that until we've gone down there ourselves, but yes, those markings were quite astounding. Gave me a good shock, I'll tell you that.
Suddenly, Dr. Lockdar catches my gaze as he motions to me.
Oh? And who might this lovely young lady over here be?
Hello there, Dr. Lockdar. My name is Spacey. It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Oh, Florian, my boy! Did you finally find yourself a nice girl who was able to pry you out of a cave? I know the ones back in your college days always had a rough time of it. His face is not amused. He's like,
God fucking damn it. I can feel my face light up at the doctor's comments. Professor Atlas shakes his head almost embarrassingly. She's my student and also my research assistant. I'm hoping maybe this whole experience will give her a better glimpse at her undecided future.
Undecided future, eh? Is that so? Sure reminds me of someone else back in the day.
Oh my god, we're like twins! That makes sexy times weird, but you know what? Twincest. It's fine. We'll deal with it. We're not blood-related twins. We're like totally the same. Dr. Lockdar turns to me and winks while pointing at Atlas.
He actually wanted to be an accountant.
I could see that. He wears the tie all the way on, the button all the way on the glass. Yeah.
Can you believe that? The infamous Florian Atlas, a boring old accountant of all things.
What? No way! I could never imagine that. I could kinda.
Then you wouldn't believe most of my stories from back when he was still in college. Oh, I have so many. Would you like to hear some, Spacey?
Hell to the fucking yeah, bitch! Are those stingrays in there? Are they supposed to be turtles? Like, what the hell's going on here? I just noticed them. There's no fish in anything else, but, like, there's something going on over here. Oh, no, there's a fishies. Okay, so I guess those are fishies, too. But there's no fishies in this tank. No fucking fish in this tank, you dude. What the fuck? And why does that look like a face? Do you see it's an eye? And then, like, a mouth? Is it like a monkey face? Like a monkey? It looks like a gorilla. Doesn't it? But then this also looks like a teeny tiny... These are his legs. Teeny tiny body and a big old head. And here's his friend over here. I just see thing. It's like looking in the clouds. And this one's like a pig face. This is like his snout right here. He's looking this way. Look, I put the hat on things that it can be put on, and I'm just seeing weird shapes in the background. That's a lima bean. I giggle in surprise as Atlas inserts himself between the two of us and clears his throat. His cheeks flushed pink.
Ahem.
I'm afraid we haven't the time, Doctor. We should probably see ourselves to our rooms now. It's quite late after all, and I'm sure she's feeling awfully jet-lagged, so...
Is that so? What a shame. Perhaps some other time, then. However, before you go, Florian, my boy, One last thing.
Suddenly, Dr. Lockdar discreetly scans the area with suspicion as he leans closer to the professor and I.
I trust you've already gotten word of what's happened, yes?
I watch as the professor's demeanor shifts and he casts his gaze downwards. Priceless antiques going missing all around the world, right? Artifacts of immense cultural significance are vanishing out of museums and government keeps without trace or notice.
Yeah, some say they're all being auctioned off at a black market of sorts. It's terrible, to say the very least.
It's absolutely unacceptable is what it is. I damn the low-life degenerates who auction off missing pieces of the world's knowledge all to hell. Obviously, this is our, this whole thing is, like, the problem that we're gonna face. But, like, you could just make a wild leaping guess as... Gosh darn it, someone steal... Alright, well, let's see. There's only one person aside from us and a penguin that have sprites in this. I'm not saying anything, but we've noticed a trend. I didn't see it coming when we first played it, but we've noticed a trend. In every other route, you have a sprite! You're automatically fucking suspicious, which is why the first time I played Jamie's route, I was like, oh god, please don't let Mr. Soul be a bad man. He's so nice and we love him and it would crush me. Thank god he wasn't, but... Pure disdain and rage seeps from the professor's voice as I watch him clench his hand into a fist.
Yes, well, a word of caution, my dear boy. Even though this excavation is supposedly being kept under tight wraps by the Indonesian government, there have been a few suspicious-looking individuals spotted on the island as of late. It wouldn't be far off to wager someone in this very place is involved in this relic trafficking ring.
Look, if someone... I'm just gonna throw this out there.
I wouldn't doubt someone here is involved.
You mean you? What?
No, I'm not, man, just someone else.
It's just funny that you say that is all.
Keep your guard up, both of you, at all times. And not a word of this to anyone. Unless eyes on that ship, the better.
I force down the lump in my throat as the professor silently nods. Dr. Lockdar nods back, knowingly, and waves as he walks off. Professor Atlas turns to me and we see ourselves to our rooms. I plop down on the bed of my designated room and I close my eyes. Oh, Dr. Lockdar's words repeat themselves in my head. I don't know why I just could not read that sentence. Oh, the lamp. Now that he mentions it, I remember seeing a few reports on the news lately of museum pieces being stolen. I mean, that's fucking hard. They, have, fucking sirens on that shit if you're looking at it wrong. What? You thought about touching it, kinda. People are terrible. How could they do such a thing to such priceless relics? Unless you're like Dick Van Dyke and you work at the museum and then all their animals come to life and then you steal the magic tablet. You know what I'm just saying. I'm sorry, did I spoil Night at the Museum for you? If you haven't seen it, what the hell? Come on, that movie's 100 years old. I still like those. They're a little cheesy, but I like those. I'm snapped out of my thoughts as I hear one of my bags begin to rustle and move. I grab it and I immediately unzip it to reveal a crazed-looking Philia.
Philia thought she was going to die in that terrible, stinky bag.
Oh, it's my dirty laundry bag. Whoops! Sorry, Philia. We just got here not too long ago.
Philia will never be stuffed in another bag, ever! Do you hear me? Never, ever, ever!
The enraged penguin waddles around haughtily for a few minutes before she settles into my lap with an angry pout. I rub her back in an attempt to soothe her ruffled feathers. There. I'll buy you tons of cheese to make up for it, okay?
Master thinks she can just do whatever she wants just because she promises Philia cheese? Ridiculous.
So you don't want me to buy you a giant pack of cheese, then?
Philia did not say that.
I can't help but chuckle at her antics. I look out towards the window as I can make out the distant sounds of the ocean waves. Damn it! I lost my fucking... Not doing good with the fucking hat, okay? I lay back in bed. For some reason, my thoughts keep drifting back to the professor ever since the plane ride. I feel my cheeks grow warm at just the thought of him, but my heart also aches. Hey, Philia, I've been thinking about this whole spell business, and I just don't get it. Why cast a spell to experience love and make all these memories with a person just for it to disappear as if it were all a dream at the end? Important questions. Philia turns around and stares at me for a few seconds. She wears a calm, yet odd expression as she waddles towards me.
Well, that's a little like asking why should anyone dream if they know that they'll eventually wake up one day. A wise wizard once said, "It's not about the destination, it's about the journey." Do you think falling in love is a lot like that too? There's all sorts of amazing things to experience along the way, but if you start to worry if they'll be there forever from the start, you're going to end up missing out on a lot, don't you think?
I bite my lip at her words. Deep down, I know she's right, but won't it hurt? Isn't that just basically like waiting for your heart to break?
Philia can't say. Philia's heard many say that a human heart is a heavy burden. But Philia also believes that some things in life are worth living for, regardless of how they might end up. Philia hopes that one day Master can find her own answer to that question.
As I watch the little penguin waddle away, I can't help but look down at my hands. I mean, if you think about it, every single love is destined to end. Like, you're being in love with someone could end in 2 weeks. It could be 2 years. It could be 2 decades. You don't know. And at some point, one of you is going to die, and the other person is going to be left alone. The odds of you dying together are a lot slimmer, but possible. But like, in most cases, at some point, and whether you're together for 2 weeks, that hurts, and then you get over it. In 2 months, it hurts a little more. 20 years, my God, you know what I mean? The longer you're with someone, the more it hurts to lose them, but you're gonna lose them eventually. So now everyone is just gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna live alone forever and die alone. I mean, it's sad, but dying alone, I mean, living alone forever being me. Forever alone, it's sad, but then I don't have to deal with that. I mean, no, I'm not obviously not saying that. Well, yes, I am saying that personally, but I'm not like advocating like just die alone, kids. But I mean, you have to look at that. Like, it does suck. Like, if you're afraid of like, I'm afraid because I've always gotten hurt. Well, you're gonna always get hurt. Life is a fucking monster, and you're always going to get hurt in some way, shape, or form. Emotionally, mentally, physically. Like, life is messy. But there are certain things that are worth the mess, you know? But, like, normally you go into a relationship and you're like, at some point this is going to end. I don't know if it's going to end in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. One of us is going to die when we're old. Like, you don't know. If you knew, would that make it different? You know what I mean? Like, if you knew, oh, hey, yeah, our expiration date is, 2 years from now, would that change? Would you be like, oh, cool, I'll enjoy the 2 years? Or would you be like, well, what the fuck is the point? Like, theoretically, we know, but it's still one of those things that you're like, but I can just pretend because at some point, that relationship you get into is going to be the one that lasts till one of you dies. You know what I mean? You just don't know if it's this one or that one or the one over there or the next. You never know. Every new relationship you get into is like, this is the last one until it's not the last one anymore. Like, life is a fucked up weird thing, and let's not be philosophical. Let's just look. Hello, look at this. There are reflections in the window. That's amazing. Anyway, as I watch the little penguin waddle away, I can't help but look down at my hands. The same hands that Professor took in his just a short while ago. And for some reason, my heart feels as if it were an anchor sinking down into the depths of the sea, knowing I might not ever get to experience that again. Well, you're gonna get to experience that and more, sister. Varied emotions. Like 99% sure Chapter 7 is his sexy time chapter, and you definitely ain't getting that till the next part. The next morning, I sigh loudly for what feels like the 10th time in the last hour. I look over my shoulder and see various other researchers and scientists enjoying the breakfast buffet and excitedly chattering the morning away in the facility's surfaced lobby. I look down at my measly cup of coffee and I can't help but rub my eyes as I wait for the caffeine to hit me. You know, I keep forgetting, but I keep thinking about it. Like when I backed the Kickstarter, I did do the add-ons for like the buttons for all of our boys, and I never got them. I don't even know if I got like an email to like provide my address or whatever. I wonder if they got lost. It's not that big of a deal. Like, but it just, I keep thinking, I'm like, oh, I should like contact them and be like, hey, did those get sent out? Because if they did and they got lost, that's fine. I'll buy more. Because I'm like, whatever. I will gladly throw more money at you. Because, like, this game was worth it. I mean, for what I contributed, even with those add-ons and the shipping for them, I got 2 copies of the game. Hello? So, like, one for me and one for my friend. So there you go. Like, so does not bother me. Like, also, if you've already gotten to this point, you've already played the game, you've already enjoyed it because you're enjoying watching me play, you should go follow them on Patreon too. If you can. Because it is like $3 a month, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, if they get certain amount of subscribers on Patreon, we could get Sergio's route. So, bitches, go! Fucking Autobots roll out! Let's do this shit! Like me being a pusher, like anyone's gonna listen to me. Nobody fucking listens to me. Half y'all didn't play this goddamn game, even though I've told you to go sit in the shame corner. Or, you know what, get the fuck in the corner. You know you didn't play it. It's rude! Nobody listens to me. Nobody's even watching this, probably. I'm talking to myself. Well, right now I'm talking to myself, but... Anyway. I can't believe I spent the whole night tossing and turning. I barely slept the night before either. This is literally my life right now. It's how I felt the last few nights. Like, why can't I sleep? I think it's all finally catching up to me. Ugh. But it's not even lack of sleep that has me feeling like this. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. I should be excited, not depressed. So, why do I feel so sad? A hand suddenly touches my shoulder and jolts me out of my thoughts. Oh. I look up and gaze into Professor Atlas's face. Good morning. I was looking for you. Is everything all right? Yes, of course. I just, had a little bit of trouble sleeping again. That's all. The professor eyes me as he takes a seat in front of me. For some reason, I find myself avoiding eye contact. I just want to stare into his beautiful emerald orbs. Spacey, look at me. I slowly trail my eyes up to meet his as he brings his chair closer to me, scanning my face. Listen, I know this is all new to you, so if you need some time to rest, please let me know. I don't want you overexerting yourself for my sake. I will overexert myself for your sake, sweet. It is oh, that's not what we're talking about here. I spring upright as I quickly shake my head. No, Professor, not at all. I'm really excited and grateful to be here, and I really do want to help in any way I can. Truly. Professor Atlas's skeptical gaze lingers on me a few more seconds before he smiles. Well, I met up with Dr. Lockdar earlier this morning. Apparently they're putting off the big debriefing until the rest of the team arrives. Everyone should be here by tonight, so the show begins first thing tomorrow. Great! Is there anything I can do to help? The professor begins to slowly look around again. His voice trails into a whisper as he motions for me to lean over closer. Yes, yes. Oh, but there is. You and I are going on a special field mission today. It's top secret. My eyes light up as I feel excitement well up inside me at the words, top secret. I can't help but feel a little childish, but considering we're on a tropical island on the eve of a groundbreaking scientific discovery, I choose to accept the kitty-like elation. I'm sorry, but like, I'm a fucking old-ass woman, and even like, top secret mission. Go Charlie's Angels this shit. Like, we going out. Yeah. Like, it's just, I know what happens here, but it's still like, oh, top secret mission. With the hot professor. Yeah. Like, it's exciting. I nod enthusiastically as I keep my voice low and lean closer.
What's the plan? Are we going to the site? Preparing salvaging gear? Should I get any documents ready?
A mischievous glint shines in the professor's eyes as he smirks. Oh, this is like, he looks like trouble. Believe it or not, it's actually so top secret that we even need special attire for it. I've gone ahead and left yours in your room. Go change into it and I'll meet you out front. The professor secretly glances around and brings a finger to his lips before walking off. I love this shady son of a bitch. I nod my head in excitement and gulp the rest of my coffee down before hurrying off. Now, I could just say our special attire. He could have been a complete nut. That looks so fun and I just want to lay on it. He could have been a complete and utter fucking douche and given us a clown suit, and I bet she would have put it on, and he could have made fun of us, but he didn't. I blinked at the sight before me several times. Is this the special gear? I eye a beautifully colored island dress and a matching beach hat lying on my bed. A small note is left beside it. Oh, look at his gorgeous handwriting. This is for a field mission. Put it on and meet me out front by 9 a.m. F. Atlas.
I saw Mr. Atlas come by to drop it off while you were gone. What special mission requires such a pretty dress, Master? Or could you be actually going on a date? A date?
That was a little better. Not for you, but... Philia, I'm not going on a date! We're kind of going on a date. Oh, wait, I get it! Maybe we're supposed to be gathering information from the locals for tomorrow, so we're trying to blend in like tourists or something.
Uh-huh. Sure. Whatever you gotta tell yourself, sister.
Without thinking too much, I change into the dress and head out.
If you're not back by tonight, it's okay. You don't have to call. I know you're getting late.
As I walk towards the front of our supposed meeting spot, As I walk towards the front of our supposed meeting place, I spot Professor Atlas with his back turned, staring out at the open waves. And this is the first time, look, I was already impressed and enjoying the game the first time I played it, and this was the first route. But the fact that now we get yet another sprite of him in different clothes, I was floored. And I know I've said it before we're playing this, I'm just so impressed with the amount of fucking outfit changes our boyfriends have. More than us, by the way. Like, we got our date dress, we got our fancy dress, we got our everyday dress, and then actually in this one we do have a different one. I think we have more outfit changes in his route than we do in any of the other ones, but like, I'm just really fucking impressed that even the men change. Okay? Like, just the fucking details. It gets better. The sounds of my heels against the ground give me away as he slowly begins to turn around. Like, fucking sexy beach Atlas! What the fuck? You know what? The only thing that this could have done that would have been better? The tousled, relaxed hair. Because that's just sexy and I love it. But that's kind of what... He could have had the tousled, sexy beach hair. That would have been... You know, like the date night hair. Like, tousled... Well, hi. Yeah, I just... Okay. You know, relaxed beach vibe. Honey, you wouldn't have done your hair up. You're on the beach. You would have been like, sexy tone. Oh my god. And there you are. I was starting to work. Look, we even actually get a pretty dress. I love it. She's like, thank God I got my strapless push-up bra. Sorry I'm late. Oh my. I shyly watch as Professor Atlas eyes me up and down. Like, hi. A breathtaking smile tugs at his lips as he walks closer to me and shakes his head. His bush is so cute. We're so pretty. He wants to marry us. I love it. I knew you were going to look beautiful in that dress, but if I'd known you'd look this stunning, well, I'd have picked up a nicer shirt. I'm sorry. I love his fucking shirt. Okay. I can feel a heat rush to my cheeks as I tear my eyes away from him. No, your shirt is fucking amazing. Don't tease me, Professor. Because I like, we have the bright tropical colors, but his is very muted. Like, you know, it's kind of like the off-whitish, almost a khaki color shirt, but like the soft pink roses with the like sage colored I fucking love that. It's like this muted, beautiful, There's something about these kind of color palettes that I just like. It's kind of like, it literally looks like your grandma's motherfucking couch. Like, bitch, this couch is like 800 years old. Like, my 80-year-old grandma's got this but I like it. There's something about it that I like. I don't know. I'm just getting so old that I like old people colors, I guess. He walks closer to me and I can smell his cologne as he leans forward. I assure you I'm not teasing. You look enchanting, Spacey. Thank you. At least I took a shower today. Looking like a fucking hobo over here. Not believing the unexpected compliment. Me, not her. I look into his eyes and lose myself in the dazzling pools of green that stare back at me. I mentally shake my head for any head of any other thoughts before I look out to the horizon. Look, I just can't read. The man makes me stutter, okay? So we're gathering information from the locals while disguised as tourists, right? Do you think maybe they'll know something about the missing artifacts? Look at him, he's like, oh, you stupid simple thing. A wise assumption. I'm not sure they do, but it'd be a good idea to find out. That's not our goal for today, however. Not our goal? Then what are we doing dressed up like this? Professor Atlas cocks his head to the side as a playful smile tugs at his lips. For someone who was utterly snoozing in my class barely a few weeks ago, you sure have become quite the workaholic, haven't you? I was drunk that day. What? What do you mean? Professor Atlas chuckles as he walks past me towards a taxi that has just arrived behind us. What I mean is, we're playing hooky today, Spacey. Didn't I tell you earlier that the show won't start until tomorrow? Hooky, but... Come on now. Haven't you heard the saying, work hard, play hard? Well, we've got our work cut out for us starting tomorrow, so... Let's play for a bit, shall we? Oh god, yes. Besides, something tells me you'd rather spend your time sightseeing than being cooped up in a laboratory all day, right? Because he was watching us go, ooh, at the scenery. He's such a smart, wonderful boy. I love him so much. So that's what this is about. Almost as if to wash away my former hesitation, the professor extends a hand out towards me. I shyly grab it as he pulls me along, close to his side. That's more like it. Now let's have some fun. Fuck yeah. Go splash in the ocean. Roll around and make out in the sand. What? Nothing. Any and all former anxiousness and worry has now been completely swept away by the island's picturesque landscapes. From pearly white sanded beaches to vibrantly colored trees and flowers, I relish in the tropical paradise all around us. As we approach the local marketplace, I marvel at the sight of all sorts of strange antiques, fruits, and accessories being sold. Whoa! This is amazing! I've never seen anything like this before. Isn't it? And to think that the idea of trading goods has been around since 3000 BC, but back then it was exclusive to only spices and precious metals. Historians believe the first trade actually started with the Mesopotamians. I thought we were playing. I can't help but giggle at the professor's long-winded explanation that follows. He raises a brow curiously at my laughter, and I can't help but smile at him. Honestly, a history lesson right now? You are such a teacher. I suppose I am. He's so cute. I can't help but shoot him a smile as I'm about to turn around and continue strolling down the street, when suddenly, a strong hand grabs me and pulls me backwards. I turn to see several men riding horses gallop quickly past where I was just standing a few seconds ago. I look up and realize I'm basically cuddled into the professor's chest. Oh, hi. Yeah, that's just right where I want to be. I always jump in front of horses so men will save my ass. I'm just saying. I'm thinking, I don't think it was an accident. And like, oh, God. It was I see that horse go, oh, God, Professor. Oh, hi. Like, I think we did it on purpose. I'm just going to say we did. It's fine to get lost in your surroundings, but do pay attention to where you're going, Spacey. I knew exactly where I was going. Right into your arms, bitch. Yeah. Yes, you're right. Sorry. Just as I begin to make an attempt to leave, I feel him place his hand against the small of my back, preventing my escape. Oh, hi. Hold me closer, tiny dancer. What? Professor?
I'm afraid your earring's coming undone. Hold still for a second. I can feel heat rise to my cheeks as his hands gently readjust one of my earrings. You're like, I'm not wearing any earrings. I mean, she is, but to be funnier. We're so close to each other, I can take in the scent of his cologne again. From the corner of my eyes, I can see others staring at us on the street. Hold on. There, it looks... I slowly raise my eyes up as he looks down at me with an expression I haven't seen before. Beautiful. Huh? My earring or me? His voice was almost a whisper, but I definitely heard it. Oh. Time seems to slow down and the noises around us seem to go quiet for a few seconds. Without even realizing, I find myself staring so deeply into his eyes, I can make out the slight hues of hazel around his pupils. Berkat untuk onda berdua? Okay, I don't know. Okay, look. That's not Italian, but I can't read that either. We return to reality as an elderly townswoman approaches us, talking in a foreign language. She smiles as she places a colorful lei around both of our necks. After a few moments, drums begin to play and some of the townspeople begin dancing. Atlas and I are pushed towards the center of the dancing plaza where other townspeople and tourists are also wearing similar leis and encircle us. Look, this is what I'm talking about, okay? When I was like, I'm just impressed we get all the clothes. This is the first thing that fucking impressed. Well, okay. The fact that we get different clothing and he gets different clothes in a spray instead of it's him and we're supposed, oh, look, he's wearing tropical clothes, but he's really not. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like most games would do that. They put a motherfucking festive lei on her and they put a motherfucking festive lei on him. Bitch, what the fuck? The attention to detail is just fucking amazing. Professor, what's going on? What's with the flowers? See? It's not even like, okay, like they said the lady put a festive lei on you, right? And you're like, okay. And if it wasn't in the sprites, you'd be like, whatever, you wouldn't think anything of it. But the fact that they did, you're like, Jesus, that is like, I don't know why it impresses me so fucking much, but it does. I'm afraid they think we're newlyweds. Ah! My dreams just came true right now. And the colorful leis and the dancing are a way that the people of these islands bestow their blessings on the new couples in hopes for a long marriage and healthy children. Children? Yeah, you and me both, bitch. I watch as she's not about the marriage thing. She's like, kid? No, married to you. Yes, but kids, no. I watch as all the other pairs around us are beaming at each other and dancing their hearts out, clearly being real couples. The elderly woman approaches us again and throws a myriad of colorful petals over our heads as the other townspeople clap and motion for us to dance. I suddenly feel Professor Atlas's arms wrap around me as he pulls me closer into a dancing position. Like he is enjoying this. He smirks at my expression before leaning in to whisper in my ear. Well, Spacey, how about it? Would you like to start a family together? No kids, thank you. Don't even. What? You really make it too easy, my dear. I watch in awe as Professor Atlas laughs out loud. My mind finally spins around before coming to realize he's clearly only teasing. Not really. I angrily bite my lip as I attempt to release myself from his grasp. You're terrible. Let's just tell them the truth. As I attempt to escape, he pulls me back again, this time even closer, and dips me down. His eyes light up with an amused expression, and I can only feel my face growing hotter as the people cheer around us. Now kiss me. Yeah, you know what? Seriously? This is where it's almost like... It's kind of funny that he teases her, but that's why sometimes I choose the options to tease him back. Is that your boyfriend? How? What is wrong with you? Payback, bitch. You're trying to torment me with that sexy hair and that unbuttoned shirt. Goddamn glorious bastard. So this would be the time you want to start a family. Whoa! They turns you, you're like, well, if we're going to pretend we're a couple, maybe we should kiss. Yeah. See if he actually kisses me. Then he would actually kiss me and I'd be like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Look, I'm just saying, you know, my talk only goes so far. Oh, let's not disappoint them, shall we? I think we should kiss.
Look, oh! Our happy dancy CG is lovely. Oh, I lost my thing again. Eventually, I play into the charade and we begin having fun. As we dance around to the music, the townspeople cheer and dance around us as well. More white petals are thrown into the air. The music and dancing continues well on for a while. The professor's eyes never leave me for more than a moment as my smile only grows wider, mirroring the feeling of happiness inside my heart. Several hours later, we spend the rest of the day exploring the island and all it has to offer. We eat freshly caught seafood, buy curious-looking trinkets, and drink merrily with the island's locals. I touch and admire the beautiful lay around my neck before looking up to watch the most breathtaking sunset of my life. Orange, yellow, and violet hues melt into the evening sky as we watch golden-colored waves crash onto the shore. Remarkable, isn't it? The sunset? Our world. It's filled with so many wonders. Can't help but be enthralled by its beauty each and every single day. You are way too much of an optimist, but sure. I look up at him and I can't help but smile. A quiet admiration for the man next to me envelops my heart as I bring my gaze back towards the receding waves. I nervously grab the hem of my dress as I take in a deep breath. You're kind of amazing, Professor. You know that? We're not in the classroom right now or in the office. We should be calling him Florian. Professor Atlas doesn't move, but I know he heard me. He chuckles lightly. I recall you calling me a devil not too long ago. Why the sudden change of heart, How many people have the ability to see the world in such a positive light? Yet, you always find beauty in it. I think it's incredible. I hope I can learn to love this world and all its mysteries as much as you do one day. I gaze at Professor Atlas warmly as I watch him clear his throat and turn around slightly. Faint reddish hues appear on his cheeks. After a few moments, he smiles and looks back up to the golden, glowing sea. I just think there's a lot to live for, and there's so much to discover out there. How can one not be excited to start a new adventure each and every day? Yeah, I suppose. When you put it that way, it all sounds a lot more exciting. Suddenly, I hear his voice grow deeper. I wonder what it is about you. It's a magic book. What? Nothing? What? It's like, what is it about you? Magic book. What? What? That's because that's exactly like he's saying this like we're not supposed to hear him, but we do, and so it'd just be funnier. At the next look he gives me, I find myself breathless. His eyes are fixated on me so intensely, it almost feels as if he's looking right through me. What do you mean? We've been surrounded by nothing but spectacular views and breathtaking scenery all day, and for some reason, I just can't seem to take my eyes off of you. Ah, kiss me. Refusing to fall into another one of his traps, I turned my head to look away at the horizon as I watched the last bit of the sun submerge between the distant waves. I won't fall for your teasing again. Who on earth said I was teasing? At his serious tone, I can feel his shiver run down my spine. I bite my lip. Bite his. I feel my heart pound in my chest as I feel his gaze still fixed on me, but I keep looking forward. If I look at him right now, I don't know if I'll be able to keep my wits about me. I mean, I know I sure as fuck can't. Spacey, why won't you look at me? Because if I do, I'm gonna kiss you? Because I can't. Why not? Just as I'm about to open my mouth, I feel a drop of water land on my nose. Without warning, an unprecedented shower falls onto us as lightning is heard in the distance. Oh my god, make out with him in the rain! It's not gonna happen, but... What the... Where did this come from? Professor Atlas grabs my hand in his as we quickly run to seek shelter towards the lab. We run and run, but the downpour becomes torrential as we near the front of the lab. We see the gates are locked, but the professor pulls me towards another direction. I left my patio door unlocked. Come on, this way. Like, the gates are locked, but we should be able to get in or out. Like, you know what I mean? Are you in prison? I squeeze his hand as I follow him in the downpour. But here's the thing. If we didn't run into his room in the middle of the downpour, it wouldn't be convenient sexy time, right? Because if you run through the front, you'd be like, ha ha ha, yeah, okay, and you'd split up and go to your separate rooms. But now you're here, come on, let's come into my room. Well, now that we're already here, we're wet, we're in your room, we might as well just get naked too. Like, I'm just saying. Well played. Well fucking played. As we run into his private room, we're breathless from running and soaked to the bone from the rain. Professor Atlas closes the patio door as he stares at the sudden storm raging outside. However, I find that my eyes are fixed on his very wet clothing and hair, which appropriately hug his toned body in all the right places. I bite my lip. And now we have the sexy hair. Because it's wet, but I'm just saying. Well, that was certainly a surprise. Are you alright, Spacey? I actually forgot that I was like, oh, hi, I forgot about that. But I'm just saying, could you imagine the whole day looking at this fucking... Jesus Christ. As he turns to me, he catches my expression and eyes me down. I can feel my thin dress hugging all of my curves and leaving little to the imagination. Like, that's all it took, a bunch of wet clothing for us to both be like, let's just fuck each other like monkeys. I'm not complaining. He begins to walk towards me as if we're both drawn to each other by an invisible force. Magic book. My mouth is slightly ajar as I keep trying to catch my breath. I look up to see his gaze is transfixed on my lips. Slowly, he removes his glasses and then his shirt. Well, I mean, God, you didn't even ask. I inhale sharply as I take in the sight of his beautifully toned physique. My mind is racing, but my thoughts are blank. He steps closer to me until I can feel him in my personal space. You're gonna feel him in your personal space, all right. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You had to be said. But I don't mind. Not one bit. Unconsciously, I bite my lip again. If you bite your lip one more time, I'm going to do it for you. Please fucking do. Okay? Jesus fucking Christ. Slam me against a wall and bite my fucking lip and then... Look, glasses, asshole, slam against the walls, the trifecta, but you throw the lip biting as the cherry on top, okay? Look, I like it. Only the sound of our heavy breaths in the rain is heard as we stand in front of each other, neither of us choosing to cross the line drawn before us. Bite your lip, Spacey, just so we see how much talk he is. Impatience and boldness. Wow, I was like, what? I can't read, I'm too excited. Like, I don't want to read this. Impatience and boldness blend together as a rush of adrenaline takes over me. I grab one of my dress's straps and slowly push it down, but remain silent as I do, watching the professor's reaction. His perfect demeanor falters for less than a second as I watch him narrow his eyes. I continue with the other strap. Okay. Miss Spacey, I do believe you're trying to seduce me. You took your shirt off first. Admit it. I lower my eyes, dewy with lust and want. Well, Professor, I do hope it's working. I mean, you took your shirt off first! I'm just following suit here. Seconds after my response, I feel his lips crash into mine as I wrap my arms around his neck. It's as if whatever force that was holding the two of us back finally snapped, and only desire had taken its place. We kissed breathlessly and hungrily. Did this actually happen in Chapter 6? I thought it did happen in Chapter 7, but we might actually begin this in Chapter 6. I literally thought we ran and we had them, and then it just went to the next chapter, and then the next chapter was all the sexy time stuff, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of forgot. I mean, this is the sexy time. We're not getting cock-blocked, but I just don't know if the chapter's going to cock-block us or not. I don't remember that. His arms wrap around my waist and press our bodies together as I run my fingers through his wet hair. Suddenly, I pull back. He looks up at me curiously before a small sneeze escapes me. Sorry. Aw, that's exactly what me. It wouldn't be a small sneeze, but let's get out of these wet clothes first, shall we? I mean, that's the point. Before I'm given a second to respond, he picks me up and heads towards the shower. Wait, is this the cock block? Oh, no, we get to keep going. Oh, good. Look at that. A soft moan escapes me as Professor Atlas trails his kisses down my jawline, leaving a string of goosebumps in the wake of his touch. His hands explore my body as mine do his. As we separate from our latest kiss, a string of saliva connect. Okay, look, I'm just gonna say this right now. That's fucking disgusting. It's not sexy. Why the fuck do writers always constantly do that? Stop it, it's nasty. It's fucking gross. Ugh. You just ruined the sexy scene. I forgot that was in there and I'm gonna cringe and vomit. I hate it. I hate seeing the drool things in like CGs, and I hate it when like, oh, her kiss and saliva connects. There is nothing sexy about that. It is disgusting. Like, gross. Okay? You don't sit there and talk about your sexy times that I got up and I could feel it pour. Like, you don't say shit like that. Certain things do not get said. I'm sorry, but I'm not. Certain things are gross. We just avoid talking about them. Like, spit trails. I'm gonna puke. Why do you do this? It's not sexy. Stop doing it. For fuck's sake, stop doing it. Ugh. I don't know why anyone think. Ugh. How's anyone like, yeah, that's hot? Ugh. Ugh. God, I'm gonna gag. So gross. Oh, that is up there with like I seen as like one of those things that just makes me cringe and want to vomit. Now I'm thinking of spit trails and the word I seen. Not like, have you seen this? No, I seen that. No, you didn't see nothing. Both of them together. I'm gonna puke. I hate it. It's the worst feeling ever. Oh God. Oh God, what did I just do to myself? Anyway. I stare up at him, my mouth slightly ajar, and he scowls. Ugh. I don't know why you look at me like that. The thoughts it gives me, Spacey. I think you need to act on those. He grabs me in another heated kiss as my fingernails trail down his back. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't imagined those perfectly sculpted lips trailing down my body before tonight, but the real thing can't even compare to any late-night fantasies. Through our shower, he teases me almost sadistically as I mewl and beg for him to stop. His smile only grows wider with each of my moans, and I begin to grow enraged. At one point, I push him back towards a wall and begin to travel lower. Oh, girl! His eyes widen as I kiss his chest and then lower down to his stomach. Wait, Spacey. Wait, what? She's like, pauses. Wait, did you actually tell me to wait? Is this where you tell me you're gay? Because, like, most men would be, like, shoving you. I pout at his hesitation, but secretly enjoy it. I look up at him and continue my trail of kisses. She's like, I'm gonna torture this bitch! Girl, do it. I can be serious about this too, you know. I'm not a child. That's an odd thing to say. As I pleasure him in the most intimate of ways, my satisfaction reaches new heights, watching him moan and struggle under my touch this time instead of the reverse. I actually do like that she dominated him a little. After all of his teasing and everything, she's like, payback, bitch. Not that he's not enjoying it, but it's still kind of interesting. A content smile plays at my lips, but it's barely there for a second as he forcefully turns me around. Maybe it's time I do teach you some manners. Oh, fucking God, yes. As the night progresses, we lay it bare for each other. I think we were already there. A tinge of nervousness returns to me under his scrutinizing gaze, and I can't help but make an attempt to hide, but he grabs me and turns me around without giving it a second thought. I want to explore you, Spacey. Every part of you. Don't you dare hide from me. His voice grows husky with want, and it only serves to turn the heat up inside me. Moans of pleasures fill the night as we both explore every nook and crevice of the other, uncovering all of our hidden secrets in the most intimate of ways. I guess we got our sexy time in Chapter 6, so surprise! Usually I cockblock you, or we get cockblocked, and this time you got a gift. We make love over and over under the sound of the rain and the crashing of the ocean's waves. And for the first time in my life, it feels as if I've discovered true passion. You're welcome. I mean, Not really. You're welcome from the developers for putting that in. I thought it was chapter 7. I really did. I mean, I knew we went on our date and then we ended up back in the room, but I kind of thought there was like the chapter break in there, and I was like, oh wow, so surprise! I thought sexy time was going to happen later in this one because, like I said, I can't quite remember. But there you go. You had sexy time. Now you're going to get cock blocked into eternity, but you don't have to wait for the next part. What a pleasant surprise. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.